The round before this one, I had an absolutely horrible game. So coming into this one, I just thought nothing can go worse than the previous round, which is, I think, why I was smiling a bit. But I was also talking to my opponent, and she said that she had played against my mother. So I was kind of joking and saying that now she's played against the whole Cramling family. I was playing the European Women's Blitz Chess Championship, played in beautiful Monaco, and in this round, I was facing a very strong player. I was playing against woman grandmaster Nino Maisuradze from France. So I was really excited. I had the white pieces, and the arbiter told us to start the game. So I went d4, she went knight f6, I went c4, she went c5, now she went e6, and this became a Benoni. So now I went e4, and I love the 4-pawn Benoni, which is with f4. Now, don't ask me why it's 4 pawns, because there's only 3. But anyways, I love this line. I went a4, and the idea here is just to bring out your pieces, castle, and at some point, perhaps go e5. So that is everything that I was trying to do right now. And I was very happy that she had played this opening. So she went knight a6 and then knight b4, and the idea with this is just that her knight is very well placed there. Because I don't have a pawn on a3, I can never kick that out. So I went rook e1, and my opening knowledge in this opening basically went all the way up until here. She attacked my bishop, and I had to find a good place to put that bishop. So I was thinking, should I go one step back? Should I go all the way back? And I kind of thought, you know what? My bishop is best placed all the way back because there it cannot get attacked by any piece. So she went knight f6, and as soon as that knight goes to f6, my mind started going into, should I go e5? That is what my mind was saying. And to be fair, this is a blitz game. We only have 3 minutes on the clock. So I was very excited to do something crazy, something big, something that could be scary for her. So I was considering my options, but I was really thinking about that pawn push, even though I knew I would be probably sacrificing a pawn. So I was thinking more and more and more, and I was looking at my time and saying, do I really go for this? Anna, should you really just put everything on the line right now? I was really considering it, and so I spent almost a minute here. I mean, she was even looking around like, what is she thinking about? She was probably thinking, but I ended up doing it. I ended up going for the move e5, the move I knew the engine wouldn't love, but I thought could give me good practical chances in this game. Now I went d6 because otherwise my pawn is hanging, and I of course don't want to blunder that pawn. And my plan was, now I've sacrificed the pawn, but all my pieces are out, and I thought this was pretty good. So she went bishop g4, pinning my knight, and I now had to either attack her bishop or just figure out what I want to do. She was threatening to go bishop takes knight, and after queen takes, knight c2. So I had to be a bit careful about that. So I decided to go bishop c4, which actually doesn't really make any difference because I now realize my mistake. I'd actually missed that she was threatening this move knight c2. So I was thinking, should I take with the pawn? This is a disaster. And now I started really thinking, oh, Anna Cramling, what have you done? So I thought, okay, I can take with the queen and give up an exchange, or I can take with the pawn. And I thought, you know what? I have to take with the pawn. Now, I realized here that my position was very bad, but I thought, how many bad positions have I had this tournament? I've had plenty of them, so let's go. So I went rook e7, she had to move her queen, and now my rook was very active. I forced her rook on f8 to stay there, because otherwise I could take the f7 pawn. I decided to go bishop g3, because my bishop was under attack, and everything from now was defended. So I just thought, all right, things are not looking great, but let's keep it going. Let's try to win this game. So she was trying to find the best way forward, and I was very, very, very focused, as you can see. She went b6 simply to defend her pawn, and I now thought that maybe I have some extra time to regroup my pieces and get a good position. So I spent here a little bit of time considering my options, and I ended up going knight e4 to try to centralize my knight. And my plan was that if she takes, I can take back with the pawn, and then perhaps I can at some point go e5, and then I can get my d6 pawn to be a protected passed pawn. So she did not want to do that. Instead, she went rook d8. But I now started realizing that her queen didn't have a lot of places to go to. Well, I mean, it could always retreat, but it now wasn't really able to stay there. So I was really considering now if I should attack it. I only had 45 seconds on the clock, so definitely had very little time. But I ended up going rook e5, threatening the queen to see where the queen went. And I now started really believing a lot more in my position because all my minor pieces were quite well placed. So even if I was an exchange down, I now started feeling way more positive. So she went with her queen all the way back and I went back. Of course, I thought, okay, we can go back and forth, draw. I would be very happy with a draw in this position. And it was now time to just be fast. So she exchanged knights, and now actually for the first time in a long time, the eval says that I have a better position, and that is because I now have finally fulfilled my goal of getting my 2 pawns to be protected, and my d6 pawn is actually very strong. So she took the pawn on b2, and now my rook was under attack. I ended up not caring about that and went e5, which was probably a horrendous mistake. I should just have gone rook b1. But I was getting very excited over here, and I saw ideas of going e6 and just trying to really play against the king. So she actually ended up not taking my rook and went queen f5 because she got scared as well that I'd completely dominate those dark files. And I now went e6 with the idea being that if she takes the pawn, I win the queen. So she checked me and I had to figure out, should I go king h1 or king g2? And I saw that she had this nasty check on e4 no matter what. So I ended up going king g2 because I wanted to make sure that I never got checkmated. And now my plan was to actually just go king h3 because I realized I didn't really have any good places for my king. And now I have a very nasty threat, which she missed. In this position, she went knight d5 and she missed that I can simply take the pawn on f7 with check and win her queen. So in this position, I was able to win her queen. She was in disbelief, and I now got really excited because I realized that I was going to be able to win this game, and I couldn't believe that such a lost position I was able to get a winning position in. So she was shaking her head, and she had over a minute on her clock, so she had way more time than me. I was now laser sharp focused and ready to finish the game. So, of course, I mean, here she didn't resign because she still wanted to keep going, but I just have such a winning position here. I checked her king. I was not going to lose on time or anything like that. Her king went back to g8. I went queen f3, and I had to make sure I didn't in some crazy weird way get checkmated. I started getting a little bit worried because I realized that she perhaps had rook f8, but I realized that, okay, this is probably fine. Yeah, do I wish that I could check her? Yes, I do. I ended up going queen e4, which I realized was a very good move because I'm threatening queen e6. And then I'm really also threatening to go rook e8 and trade off her rook. And if I just get her rook off the board, she has no heavy piece that she could ever checkmate me with. And that should be the easiest win of all time. So she moved her rook. I checked her. She moved the king and I checked again, and now this was going to be a checkmate. So yeah, I mean, I was telling her how lucky I was when she resigned here because I was in such a lost position and I was kind of in disbelief, and yeah, but she took it so well. She was, I feel like, such a positive person. Like if I lost my queen like that, I feel like I would have been very tilted, but she was just so positive and yeah, very nice. And I was just really happy that I was able to win this game and that I'd beaten a woman grandmaster. So I wish her good luck for the rest of the tournament, and she wished me good luck for the rest of the tournament too. And I was now doing very well, so I was very excited for the final rounds of the tournament. I was at this point on 5 points out of 9.